Hello guys, what's going on? And this is I'm going to talk about the 10 game winning streak for the New York Islanders and how they've been doing it as well. And first I'm going to talk about how the Barry the Barry Trotz system has pretty much been again successful. They did not have a good start. They did not have a good start to the season, but it looks like that that system is just playing unbelievable again since I think it was 1-3. It might have been 0-3. I think it was like 1-3 to start the year. And now they have 10 wins in a row, which and and again, I don't think the media has actually even talked at all about this, which is and and again, I'm not a guy that likes the Islanders that much, but the fact the media can't even talk about this is just insane. So they have again, it's like this has to also be the quietest 10 game winning streak I think in NHL history because and again they're playing with the system of last year. They were eliminated in the second round last year, but they had an incredible year last year, almost practically like they had a good chance of the good chance of taking. I forget actually if they won the division last year. I think Washington won the Metro last year, but yeah, I don't think the Islanders actually, but they had a good chance though. Like I forget if they actually won the Metro, but I don't think so. So as I was gonna say, they had a good chance of winning the division because they were that good. Like there were times they were the number one team in the league at times because they were winning so consistently. It was insane, and they're and again their defense continues to be amazing this season, just like last year. Now are they giving up more shots? They're giving up way more shots this year, but but for Lamov, they lost Leonard, and that's a huge loss. Especially like with more shots, you would think, okay, they're gonna need Leonard. Now they're going out for Bobrovsky. They were going out for Panarin. That didn't work. Lou Lamoriello got for Lamov. He's an older goalie, but he can play well at times, and he has been amazing. He has he basically you know he's got his career back. You know, Varlamov has he's been so and again he used to be on the Avs and man Grubauer has really showed that he can be a starter in this league. So that's good for him. But Varlamov really has been amazing for the Islanders and Greiss has been great again. Greiss was great last year, and people forget Leonard was the better goalie, but Greiss was very similar in numbers. He was fantastic, and he's been fantastic again. But Varlamov has arguably been better than Greiss. So again, when you have two great goalies riding your team, and again, their system is amazing, and a lot of these guys again were nobodies, and a lot of them they are playing so well, and again, I always knew who Nick Leddy was since he was in the Chicago days, but he really wasn't like one of their big defensemen. He was just a depth guy, and with the Islanders, he was one of the like it was a few years ago. It was a few years ago, like when Trotz first came. When Trotz first came, not many. I didn't really, and I'll be honest, and I know like a lot of players. Like I'm not just a fan that's like I don't know anybody, but and again I'm guilty of it, but I really only knew who Nick Leddy was, and that is sad. But look, most of these guys, and again, and of course, besides Noah Dobson, that I don't know if he had his first goal, but he did get a point the other night, so he got the 10th win in a row. He's a prospect. He's a prospect, obviously. I'm excited for it now. He's looking like a pretty good defenseman, and I think he's going to be a star. He's not going to be Cale Makar, but he's going to be something. and Wallstrom as well. Like, those are the two young guys I'm excited for. But again, I don't know a lot on that team before Barry. No, because before Barry Trotz, like, again, it was 2 years. It was 2018. Like, 2018, 2018, and also they had like one of the worst defenses, but most of them were nobodies. And now people are figuring out these guys. I obviously know. I obviously know them now, but I didn't really know much about them then. And it's for sure. And again, also nothing about, like, no disrespect. Also, too, forgot to mention, I also obviously knew Boychuk since the Boston days, but again, that's usually just a depth defenseman. He used to be a very good defenseman. Boychuk is not what he used to be, but still pretty decent. But but again, and then nobody's, and again, there's a lot of nobodies on the Islanders, and they're just winning games with a great system. They're not really, none of their guys are putting up insane points, but they're working. They're playing as a team, and it's working. Playing a team, like, they're winning a lot of games, being a team, and that's how you win games. Really, is win games as a team. They're winning basically all their games, like I said, as Matthew. And again, Matthew Barzal can still be excited with the system. Matthew Barzal, and I think he could be a legit superstar if it, like, the season with Tavares, he got like 80 points, a lot of secondary assists, yes, but he got a lot of good, a lot of very good plays. He was super exciting, and that was his rookie season where they didn't play the system. They were just a run and gun team. They didn't have any defense, but they had the offense, and it showed. And Tavares and Barzal didn't even play all the games with Tavares. He could play with other people because Barzal's a fantastic player. Barzal, and again, I'm sure, and again, I give credit. I'm sure Barzal rather go and win games than just put up the points and lose. Again, I think this is also very good. And again, I'm sure in the future Barzal will have a chance to have these seasons where he puts the points. And I'm not saying he can't. Like, if he can potentially put up close to a few years ago. He can potentially put up close to a few years ago what he had. I think there's a chance he could put up 70 points, even with the system, because he's that good of a player. But I think one day there will be a time he will be able maybe to break the 85, like 90 point season. I think there'll be a time at one point in his career where he actually has a chance to put up those insane totals because he's that good. Because again, Barzal is that good. He can do stuff. And again, is he by far the best forward? Absolutely. There's no forward even close to Barzal on the team. They don't have a Tavares, but they have a Barzal. Is he anything like Tavares? No. Will he become something? He has the potential to become like John Tavares. And again, the points in his first season are insanely amazing. 80 points in that first season. It shows he can put up assists night and day. He can close his eyes and put up those points. Because again, he has no problem putting up points. Again, Yzerman had many years of Detroit where they would choke, and many of those years, he was putting up all these points, all these record 137 point seasons, and Mario Lemieux type numbers, almost Gretzky type numbers to be honest. And he wasn't winning, and they were choking. So he started blocking shots, and before you knew it, there were 3 cups, and he's a winner. He doesn't care about points. Whereas I think Barzal rather win than put up points. I think everybody would. I don't think putting up points really matters, especially if you want to win. Who cares about the points? Who cares about your individual stats? The Islanders are a team that doesn't care about the stats. The goalie stats probably matter, but again, But that's like you really do probably need good goaltending stats to get close, and you obviously all do. Like so, but the Islanders are just playing like a great team, and that's how it's gonna work. That's how they're gonna make. I mean, that's how if they want to get. If that's how, and again, there. That's how there was a problem in the playoffs against Carolina. They just could not score goals, which is a problem heading into the playoffs. They probably want to pick up another forward, I would guess, at the deadline because they, again, are a great, hardworking team. It's hard to beat them. It is hard to beat this team because they are just hard workers all the time, and it's like two girls. So you got two great goalies, great defense. Every line can they roll four lines. This is a Barry Trotz team too. It's kind of similar in Nashville, but these teams are definitely better than those Nashville teams because those teams did not have the team. And again, I'm not saying this team is amazing, but they are pretty they are not bad. So this team's good. This team's good. And again, think of that line. This team probably needs to pick up a depth forward for extra scoring in the playoff. I know they're hard workers. Everybody scores, but I think they need to pick up someone at the deadline for extra scoring because you still always need added scoring in the playoffs, and you saw it in the playoffs. That was their main flaw. They just couldn't get the goals second round. They couldn't get the goals in the second round. But again, they shut down the Penguins and they swept them. But they got swept by the Canes. And the Canes had a garbage power play in that series. And yet they swept them, which is pretty sad. And I think that the Islanders, they just need to find a way to score in the playoffs. And it doesn't matter regular season because regular season is also easier to score goals. But this team definitely knows. This team definitely knows they want to go farther this year. Playoffs is not. I mean, you always want to make playoffs, and you have to get there, but they definitely want to go far in the playoffs this year. And 10 wins in a row is nice for them, I'm sure. But they probably want to go maybe at least to the conference finals, experience what a run like that would be on. Even though the second round's nice, it's not too much. So again, this team's playing fantastic. And their goaltending's just amazing. Their defense is amazing. And their offense, it's not amazing, but everyone's scoring. Everyone's scoring on the Islanders, and that's how they're winning games. And that's how a lot of teams, and again, a lot of teams need all line scoring, and the Islanders have every line at least contributing in some way. And that's, again, this is a playoff type team. I just think they need, again, they're just fantastic overall. They work, their tails off, and it's a great team. And they've won 10 in a row for a reason. They don't win 10 in a row for no reason. They didn't win 10 in a row for no reason. They've been playing great. So that's all for this video. See you in the next one.